Welcome, all praise to the Most High. The topic is Sex is Marriage, Part 3. For this is the promise, and the promise is that the husband and the wife will be together for as long as both shall live in sickness and in health. It's also about responsibility, being responsible for each other. How do I know this? When you see a marriage ceremony, don't the father of the bride always gives his daughter away to the groom? He is not giving nothing to no one. He is merely transferring the power from himself to the groom, who is now responsible for protecting her like her father did. Let me say that again. The groom is now responsible for protecting her the same way that her father did. Her father protected her financially, physically, and emotionally. It's now up to the groom to take on the task of being her protector, her everything. And it's the same way when you're dating. When you're dating, you might meet each other's parents, but only after the relationship has proven itself, far as the sex. They're trying to make sure the sex is good before they let the other person meet their parents. But I say you should meet the parents before the sex, because the sex complicate things. You become spiritually inclined with that person. And plus, if you meet their parents, it will give you a good idea of what to expect in the near future. And when you meet the parents, it's like things are getting serious for either side. And it is. Things are getting very serious because now the pressure is for you guys to take it to the next level of making the promise to be together forever, which is marriage. But you already crossed the line when you had sex with that person. That was the marriage license, the spiritual marriage license. You only need the physical marriage license for, I would say, insurance papers, but other than that, I really don't see the reason why people will throw a ceremony to show that they're serious about each other. I mean, if the man makes a promise to you and the woman makes a promise to the man, this all should be there. It's their promise to each other. Why do they need a reverend, a preacher, to confirm that they're making a vow to each other? And the ceremony is really for the friends and the family of both parties. For some, they might be envious and want their next spot. So they'll put the pressure on their boyfriends or significant other to step up to the plate because this groom just did it and he didn't have a problem with it. At least that's what it looks like, that he didn't have a problem with it. For the most part, the ceremony is really for the women only. For other women, their friends, to look at them the bride and be envious of them because she's getting gifts, she's getting all of the attention from everyone, and all of the women in attendance who is not married legally. That means on paper. If they're not legally married, they're not worried about it. It's for the single folks who is envious of the bride and groom. Some are happy, but some are very envious. Because at that moment, it's all about them. Even though they might be in a relationship with their significant other, but the attention is on the bride and groom. So let's be careful of who we are dating. And by dating, I mean having sex with, because sex constitutes marriage. It's like you probably meeting the person for the first time, and that's the ultimate feeling that you want to cross the line. But before you do, you should do all of the things that comes after the sex, which is meeting the parents and trying to see how far or how serious you are with the significant other. All of that should be established beforehand. But like I say, when I see marriage ceremonies, what is making the man so sure of himself, even the woman? What is making these two so sure that they want to be with each other forever? Or at least for as long as both shall live? And the answer is simple. They already had sex. That's why it's so easy for them to be like, I do, because I already done it. Serious like that. That's why they so quick to say they don't have to sit up there and be like, or think about it. All of the time beforehand, it's a time to think about it. But when they're up on that altar, it's no second guessing. They're sure that they want to do this. And what comes after the ceremony, after they get all the gifts and recognition and admiration, it's the honeymoon. We have sex again. It's like they had sex before, and now after the ceremony, they're having sex again in some expensive suite, probably in another country or in another state. Just getting to know each other sexually. I mean, that's what it's all about. But after that comes the responsibility and the promise, because you're responsible for each other. And what comes after the sex, you're responsible for what comes after it. Babies. You're responsible for taking care of these people that you're bringing here. Which means that you're going to have to go to work to provide for your family, your newfound family. And that's what life is all about. It's about being fruitful and multiplying. And that's how we multiply. 1 + 1 = 3. A man and a woman can create another human being. So when I learned 1 + 1 = 2 in school, and I learned 1 + 1 because I'm one person plus the one woman equals another person. Because what's my proof? My kids are still here. Me and this woman made another human. That means it's addition. But this is not a math lesson. This is just a truth lesson about life. that we were put here to be fruitful and multiply, but also for great works. And the thing is, marriage is not hard. It's keeping your promise that it's hard, that you're going to always be with this one person. That's the hard part. A lot of folk don't want to just be with one person. With so many people in the world, they feel like I could be with this person for a time and be with another person for a time. We have to be careful with that, because what we do sexually, it affects us spiritually. Like you become spiritually connected to that person. It's like after you had sex, you might go out and see someone else that you're attracted to. And because you're spiritually inclined, the other person will contact you for no reason. No reason at all. Or they just probably say they just want to see how you're doing. They don't even know why they're contacting you. But you do when you see what happened. I mean, it's all spiritual. We're spiritual beings trapped in this flesh body, this meat suit. But the hard part of being in this meat suit is the temptation of seeing other flesh. That it's easy for someone to just go through life sleeping with this person, that person, that person, that person, without making a real commitment to anybody. Not even themselves. They're just committed to having fun. But what happens when you through having fun? You're going to want somebody to be there for you and with you on this journey we call life. And until the next time, like always, we're going to continue to fight for the truth or die for a lie. May the Most High continue to watch over you all. And until then, peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, please tone it down a bit. There's an announcement I'd like to read now. Wait, how am I supposed to pronounce this?